All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today to learn more about PantherPayments. We're so excited to launch this new billing solution for our clients to provide more transparency and to get you paid faster, safer, and more effectively. You all are our early adopters and VIPs, so thank you to everyone who has been working with us before our public launch. We've already received really great feedback on how we've been able to streamline, so for anyone who hasn't gone through the application process yet, we'd love to walk you through that following this webinar. Great. My name is Zach Kite, and I lead our customer success team here at PracticePanther. I recently joined PracticePanther earlier this year and have been able to see this product grow from start to finish. So I'm positive that this will be game-changing for both you and your firm. The number one goal of our customer success team here is to enable all of our clients to be more successful with PracticePanther and continue to derive value. Benjamin Garcia is a senior customer success manager here and will be leading our live demonstration today, but I'll let Benji introduce himself.
Thank you, Zach. Hey, everybody. My name is Benjamin Garcia here. I've been a trainer and customer success manager here for about 2.5 years, and I'm very excited to show you guys all the new things with our PantherPayments.
Cool. Thanks, Benji. So today we're going to cover an overview of why PantherPayments is valuable for you and your firm, how to set up your account, how to manage payment requests, how to automate payments, all the reporting that you'll need, the client experience for both you and your clients, and then we'll follow this presentation with a 10-minute Q&A at the end. So at the bottom of your screen, you all should see a Q&A button. Feel free to send us questions all throughout this webinar. We'll try to answer them in chat in live time if possible. And again, we'll have that 10-minute session at the end following Benji's live demonstration. So we can get into it. So PantherPayments is completely integrated with the rest of PracticePanther. By creating an all-in-one solution, you're able to spend less time billing and more time with your clients. You'll be comfortable with the same PracticePanther interface, but now you're able to stay within one solution rather than having to work within two areas at once. There's no more need for any integrations or third-party platforms. You can now save time by working with the PracticePanther team that you know and trust. And our team has been working on this for months, and we're really excited to finally launch this and support this great new addition to the rest of the PracticePanther product. But we do take legal compliance incredibly seriously. So first and foremost, PantherPayments is 100% compliant with IOLTA, the ABA, and state bar guidelines for accepting online payments. All data is always encrypted and PCI compliance is included free of charge. PantherPayments has been designed specifically for the legal industry, which is why we're so excited to roll it out to our group of customers. PantherPayments will also be easier for your clients to use. We've streamlined the process of how your clients are able to pay you down to only 3 clicks and 10 seconds. We're also excited that our e-check will also be faster and be same day for you. So you'll have access to your funds faster. So clients are able to pay via credit card or same day e-check right to you. I want to kind of double click on the e-check for a second. So as I mentioned before, it's an unbelievably fast and simple, especially from your client's perspective. There's no need to wait days for checks or the ACH to clear. The e-check is same day, so you have access to your funds within 24 hours. Over on the left, you can see how easy this is to set up for you and your clients. Even better, the e-check payment experience is much more client-friendly than other payment processors. Your client doesn't need to have their accounting or routing number on hand. They don't need to deal with microdeposits for account verification, and they don't have to create another login and password to pay you via e-check. Instead, your clients are able to quickly authorize the e-check payment directly from their bank account in just a few clicks. It literally takes them less than 3 seconds to complete this whole payment process. But for anyone who hasn't already gone through the application process, this is pretty much exactly what you'll see and what you'll need. You're able to do all this within PracticePanther. There's no need to be on the phone with your bank or any other third party, as this is streamlined and easy, again, all within PracticePanther. All you'll need on hand is your business details, your owner details, bank account details, and a voided check. If you don't have a voided check, a certified bank letter works as well, but you can work with our team to figure out what makes most sense for you. And again, if anyone on this call hasn't gone through this process yet and would like assistance to apply, let us know in the Q&A. We can connect you with someone from our team. We can walk you through this process and show you how easy it is to use. But now we're going to transition into PracticePanther, so Benji is able to give us a live demonstration of how easy this is to use.
Thank you, Zach. Really do appreciate that there. Really quick here, I'm going to be transitioning over to my accounts, and you should be seeing that here. And we're really excited to kind of walk you through the new and improved PantherPayments with you today. Like Zach mentioned, we wanted to bring an all-in-one solution to our clients to enhance not just the experience for you, the customer, but for your clients as well. We also wanted to make that transition over to the new payment system as simple and easy as possible. So as soon as you're activated here, the first thing you're going to see is this prompt so you can start transferring your payment plans. All you'll do here is click on Begin Payment Plan. From here, you can see the process up above and kind of review the steps. From here, you have the option to now select your payment plans just by clicking on the checkboxes here on the left-hand side. Finally, you can click here on Next Step on the bottom right-hand side. And then from there, that's going to lead you here. So you can go ahead and view and customize the email that's going to be sent to your clients. This is to inform your clients where they can go to update their information inside of PracticePanther. Once that's completed, by clicking on Send Email down here, those plans would now be imported over to PracticePanther as soon as that information is updated, so you don't have to manually add them in. When building this integrated tool, we really wanted to keep the functionality that our customers know and love in the system to, again, make this transition as seamless as it can be. So the main payment functionalities you're familiar with are all left intact. Whether it's charging a card for a client's invoice or collecting retainers, it's as easy as it's always been. So really quick, I'm gonna go ahead and click on the white new button on the top left. Here, we'll click on payments. I'm gonna select my client here. And over here, you're gonna see that we have the add retainer button. Right there, you can click on that. If you wanna charge a card on the spot, you have the ability to do so. Here, you can also go ahead and input another card as a payment method, and that can be stored in the system for future use. And you're also gonna have your option here to request the payment. Here, you can click on the option, put in the amount that you wanna request here, choose the bank account of your choosing over here. And finally, when you click on preview request here, it's gonna take you to a page where you can manipulate your email before sending it out to your client. So everything here remains intact on how you're used to it. So now that we've gone over the existing functionality, let's focus on what's changed. Payment plan tracking has improved significantly, so you don't have to check for payments at an individual level. First, we need to create a payment plan for that. So we can click on automation here on the top right, click here on payment plans. Down below here, you're gonna see your existing plans, but on the top right is your option to make a new one. Of course, you can choose your contact and matter right over here. Put in the name of the payment plan here in the description with your amount to pay out over here, the amount per payment. You have your option here to choose when it's going to repeat. Of course, right below that, when it's going to start charging them. And then below, you get to check and confirm how many installments are involved in this payment plan in particular. Now going to the second section here, you have your option of choosing who this is going to be billed under. Here, you have your option to put in the payment method or choose it from the list. You can select your bank account here like you would. And right over here, this is something that I always like to kind of bring up is the create invoice option. Just because this kind of affects how the payments show as they're coming in from PracticePanther. So if you have this selected as yes, this means that as soon as the payment gets processed, it goes into PracticePanther and the system here will create a flat fee, will create an invoice for it, and then it will apply the payments automatically to that invoice. Of course, if this is set to no, that means that whatever account that you've chosen up here, those funds will sit in that account. So it would act as a retainer. And then from there, you'll have those funds for future use whenever you need it down the line. Now, if you've used other payment processors in the past, you've probably had to deal with outdated reporting. We really took that user feedback and built on-demand reporting so that you can run reports at any point in time. So for example, now when a payment plan is created here, you no longer have to check for payments client by client to quickly check for the status. Doing so now will be as easy as clicking over here to the More tab here, clicking on Reports. And if you go here to the left-hand side where you see all your categories, you can click on Payments, and you'll see here now that up on top, we have our Panther payment reports in particular. You're gonna have here daily reports and monthly reports. So really quick, let me go ahead and click onto our monthly reports. And up on top, the first thing that I would look into is your filters here. I always suggest looking at the date range and setting that how you need. We have all of these preset parameters, your option here to create a custom range as well if you'd like. But I'll just go ahead and look at the last 30 days here of payments. Of course, you also have here your bank account that you can select if you need to look into an account in particular. Of course, all accounts is available if you just want to see payments as a whole. And then here you have your status, which is where the magic comes in. Here you have your different statuses to check where far along in the plan these payments are. So if it's a payment that's still pending, of course, if it's gone through successfully, you have that status as well. You have your failed option here if it wasn't able to process completely. And of course, you have your option here to check if refunds are still pending or if it's been fully refunded. With reports, you get access to real-time payment statuses and fee breakdowns, but you also get access to refund payments directly from within PracticePanther. Before, this was a process that needed to happen in two places, but with this new system, it happens all within this page. So we can hover over whichever payment we would like, and right over here. And you'll see that you have a refund option. As soon as you click on that button, the system here is going to reverse that payment, give it back to the client, and of course is going to note that as a refund here in the system so you can keep track of that as a history whenever you need. As I mentioned in the start of the demo, we did not just want to make a great experience for our clients, but we wanted to really advance the experience for your clients as well. So really quick, let me hop over to our client portal page. Alrighty, and here we are. This is our page right here for our clients. You're gonna see here that we have various tabs. Invoices right here is already selected, and this is one of the invoices that I've sent out to the client. They can easily click over here on open and pay, and that's gonna open up this window to show up so they can review their invoice as it was created in the software. And then finally, they can click here on pay now. Here, they can go ahead and input the amount that they wanna pay, click on make a payment right down here. And when you scroll down here under payment method, you're going to see now a client that has the options to pay by credit card or by e-check. For e-check in particular, you'll see here that the client will be asked to sign in to their bank accounts. So we'll just click link bank accounts. We're going to continue right over here. Now you can choose one of the banks of your choosing just by clicking on it. And right here, they can just start logging in. So we no longer have account numbers or running numbers required. They can just go ahead and save the bank for future use, granting the firm the ability to charge this bank later to collect retainer payments or pay off invoices if they authorize this type of automation. Of course, for them to do so, we're gonna get out of here. And once they go through this process, right down here, they're gonna have their option to check to authorize that. So it can be saved as a payment method in the future. Of course, this same day e-check gives you access to your funds within 24 hours, so you'll be getting it much quicker than you used to before as well. With so many people working remote and relying on virtual depositions, having the ability to get paid online will increase your chance of being compensated for your work faster, more secure, and cheaper than before. Now that we've gone through the new Panther payment system here, it's time to open up the floor to some questions. So, Zach, if you can just take it away.
Yeah, of course. Before we get into that, I want to thank everyone for joining us today. All of you are the customers that make PracticePanther is what it is. So we're here to support you and make your lives easier as you work with your clients. So we do have some questions in the chat, and again, just because you haven't asked a question yet doesn't mean you can't. So there's a good amount that we're going to go through, and so I'll just start working through this list as we go. So one we have in is how long does it take to get approved for Panther Payments? So the application takes about 5 to 7 business days to be reviewed and approved. We'll notify you all along the way if there's any missing information, if there are any issues with the application, and then once you're approved as well, we'll send you a notification so you're kept in the loop the entire time. Is there any cost associated with setting up Panther Payments? And the answer to that is no. There's no cost associated with that. The only thing you pay are the fees you pay for transactions, which traditionally we're experiencing all of our clients having lower rate than any other third-party processor out there. Will my clients experience a different interface when paying them before? No. Everyone who has been using the client portal, your clients won't experience any difference. And will clients get notified if they make a payment? Yes. So they'll be notified when payments are made, and they'll also get a receipt for a successful payment. Questions: how long does it take for a refund to process? Refunds will take 3 to 5 business days. And also, what about chargebacks? How do we deal with those? So our payments team here at PracticePanther will be able to notify you if you've received a chargeback and then work with you each step of the way to get that resolved. Is there a fee for bounce e-checks? There's a $15 fee for a bounce check, but I do want to call out that within Panther Payments, anytime a payment bounces, that is live and up to date within PracticePanther. We will notify you. No longer is there any issue of having to reconcile 2 different systems. This makes it so much easier for you to stay just within PracticePanther and not have to bounce around. Do I have to pay for chargeback assistance? No. Again, our team is here. We are happy to have our compliance team work with you to work through any chargeback issues you may have. Let's see, we have a few more that we're going through. So one is, how are your merchant fees determined and charged to us, your clients? So the merchant fees are flat. It's a 2.8 transparent pricing. Other processors out there, you'll get a long statement at the end of each month that have network fees built in, a bunch of different fees, and you'll be able to reconcile and get your actual true rate. With PracticePanther, you could always count on that flat, transparent 2.8% pricing. And that also answers a question that was sent in just after, is what is the credit card processing rate? One question is, what happens to other payment processors that are integrated with Panther Payments? So previous payment processors, if you transition over, Panther Payments will become your processor of choice, and that will be the only one that will be set up on your account, as having two would make it too difficult for you to have a good experience within PracticePanther. Will this allow PracticePanther to split a payment between operating and trust? So splitting between operating and trust is on our roadmap, coming very soon. It won't be available at launch, but that is something that we have in a high priority list that we'll be planning on rolling out. The question is, 2.8% for e-checks as well? No, e-check is just a flat 1%. So, will Panther Payments accept Visa, MasterCard, Amex, Discover, Apple Pay? Benji, there's actually a slide on this. Do you mind going back and so everyone can see what we accept? Yep, right there. So Visa, MasterCard, Amex, Discover, and then e-check as well. Oh, it's a great question. It's, how long was the product in beta testing? And what were some of the main improvements? We've been working on this for the better part of 2020. And so what we've seen grow is just, the whole interface. And so we've actually had a lot of customers going in with us for the past 6 to 8 weeks, giving us good feedback and really making sure that the interface is smooth and much easier to go through for both you and your clients. Some of the main improvements we've had are still on a roadmap to come. But really the main improvements we've seen are being able to do refunds, showing payments being accurate and up to date within PracticePanther, rather than having, if you have checks bounce and kind of going through issues that way. But there's new reporting. The fees are much, much, much simpler to understand. So this takes away any confusion that you have, and you guys can just focus on working with your clients and managing your firm, rather than having to go through and understand all the different fees and charges that you may be incurring. See, any other questions can keep coming in. Here's one. Is there a monthly service fee or minimum number of charges? No. There's also a question is, will we be able to continue to use other payment processors? Nope. Any account that you have set up, you will be able to continue to use them. You can still use them outside of PracticePanther however you like. Here's a great question. How do we sign up? So you should have received information from either our sales team here or our customer success team. If you reach back out to them, they'll be able to get you signed up in our VIP program, or we can just reach out to you directly right after this. So if anyone is interested in signing up and going through the application process, let us know in the chat, let us know in the Q&A, and we will absolutely reach out to you right after this to get you going through that process. Here's a question is, how do we transition from other payment processors? The transition is just signing up. Then you simply stop using that other processor and cancel with them, should you choose to do so. Will other processors still be available if we choose not to switch at this time? Yes, we are maintaining a great relationship with all of our current partners, and that integration will still be available to you as of right now. Here's a great question. Can you send us instructions on how to sign up? Absolutely. So as long as we have your name, what we'll do, we'll actually send instructions to everyone following this. Some of you may have applied already. Some of you may even be using PantherPayments at this point. And so we'll follow up with everyone after this webinar and make sure that you're able to apply and you're guided through that process to make sure it's easy and seamless. There's a question, the credit card fee is 2.8. What is the e-check fee? The e-check fee is 1% flat. And so that's transparent with both e-check and credit card. At the end of the month, you won't receive various statements and that you'll have to reconcile and go through. We believe in having this be an open and transparent process. That way you can really understand what you're being charged. Question is, how does this compare to other payment processors? On average, we've seen that we've been able to save all of our clients money who have transitioned over. Again, most credit card processors build in a lot of different fees based on the type of card that they're paying with, reward cards, all of these different options kind of culminate in a much higher rate than what is often advertised. With Panther Payments, you're a flat 2.8% no matter what. There's a question about if you will still be able to use other processors within Panther Payments. Right now, there's no plans to disconnect anything. So if you have a payment processor that you use and you want to keep rolling with that, you are absolutely able to. But what we are seeing is that there's so many reasons to switch over that have made all of our clients' lives easier. And we think if you do switch over, you'll find much more value and you actually can worry about your payment processing less. It'll just happen in the background and you'll be able to really focus on your clients. So there's a question is to confirm the main changes going from a different payment setup to this one is e-check, lower merchant fees, and integration with PracticePanther. So yes, those are some of them, but all in all, it's more. So the e-check is going to be not just a lower rate, but it'll be faster. So a lot of times we've experienced clients that when e-check gets sent out, it takes 3 to 5 days, and sometimes the bank actually can cancel those, and you'll have to reconcile charges that don't actually happen. So you get those access to those funds within 24 hours. Yes, the lower merchant fees of 2.8% is flat. So regardless of whatever your clients are paying with, you're able to understand what you're being charged, which makes things so much easier. And yes, integration with PracticePanther. This actually isn't an integration. This is holistically built within PracticePanther. This is a new feature that we're rolling out. So there's no additional cost to sign up. There's no licenses. You're gonna sign in one day once you've gone through the application, and it will just exist along with everything else within the system that you're used to. Question is, who do we contact if there's an issue as we roll this process out? So while we've had this process be really smooth so far, same with PracticePanther. If you notice there's something that you need to talk with our support team about, in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you will see a chat notification. You can chat with our support team. You can talk to our customer success team, or you can email help@practicepanther.com. All of these different ways will get you in touch with our team, and we'll be able to troubleshoot and help you walk you through that process. There's a question, can you manually input a card in person? Yes, you wanna make sure that you get paid, so you absolutely can manually input cards. We can even request that via email. So it's a new feature that we're excited to be rolling out. All right, here's a question. If we sign up and decide you want to continue to use other payment processors, is that possible? Yes, absolutely. You can still use all of your other payment processors. As PantherPayments is direct within PracticePanther, you don't have to integrate with anything else and loop anything in. So if you want to use something else on the side, you absolutely can do that. But what we're actually seeing is clients who transition over have no interest in going back to other payment processors because of the value that they've received and the ease of use. All right, we are coming up just about the end. If there's any more questions come through. Oh, great. Here's a question. And this is the last question that we'll answer as we want to wrap up and let everyone leave on time, is how many people are currently using it? So while we can't reveal those exact numbers just yet, as we are planning to launch this to the public very soon, but everyone who has gone through the beta program and our early adopters, we've gotten tons of signups and really great feedback with no request to leave. So we have just about a minute left. Again, I want to thank everyone for coming to this today. Thank you for myself and the entire PracticePanther team. If you have any questions with us, please reach out to us after this webinar. We'll send everyone a follow-up and a copy of this. So again, thank you so much from PracticePanther. My name is Zach Kite. Thank you for joining us today.